Dream Interpretations, The Shadow of Dreams with Journey, Ryan, and Kit.
It's me. Hi.
I wouldn't say you're a problem, though. You're the kind of problem I can handle. All right, guys. How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome to Dream Interpretations. We already got some dreams in the chamber, so guys, keep posting those dreams, letting us know a little bit about what the dream is. Now, when we're diving deep into a dream, when you can provide the most information, it's definitely going to help us really get a chance to dive deep and give you what you're actually seeking in these dreams, so we can help you understand what the dream was trying to tell you.
Absolutely. And remember, the more specific it is, the happier we are, because
absolutely.
Like literally no detail should go untouched. We want to know it all.
That's exactly right. I got my nice little comfy soft sweats that I use to go to bed with. So, and I see you in your charming little night outfit. I love it.
Me and my son have matching jammies, so this is our matching jammy set.
I love jammy sets. My husband won't let us do matching. He's like, no. If I'm wearing a shirt that's black and he has a shirt on that's black, he'll go change. That's literally what he does. He's like,
I tested my mom limits and I got my son a hoodie that says Mama's Boy.
Mm-hmm.
To see if he wears it out of the house. He's only worn it in the house, but at least he's worn it.
Yes, it may be in the house, but we ain't going outside with that. Well, you know, that's well, he's 9, so that's funny. Wait until he's 15, and then he's like, I don't even care. I don't even care what you think. All right, guys. So go ahead and share us out far and wide as you can. Give us some thumbs up. Make sure you guys are checking out all the YouTube content, plus our show here on YouTube. We're also on Facebook, but at the end of the shows on Facebook, the show does get deleted from the Facebook, but the YouTube link to the network is there for you guys to check out. So you guys will be able to look at that. The reason we have to remove the content from Facebook is, you know, trolls like to come on there and be like, if you really want this. So, and to avoid the scammers, we just go ahead and take care of that and allow you guys to be on YouTube where we have a little bit more control. All right. And we love our YouTube content. All right, guys. I'm looking forward to diving deep. Are you ready to dive deep in some of these dreams and see what
more than excited? I love Thursdays.
Yes, me too. Me too. All right. And Wednesdays for some of you. All right. Here we go. Kay's going to start us off.
Am I? Hi, Journey.
Hi.
I should have just kept talking. All right, Miss Gemma is here. Hello, Gemma. Gemma says, last night I dreamt that Adam was kidnapped, which made me quite upset in it. Then I decided to take a bath, but the bathtub was in a public space. Everyone could see me naked. I was really embarrassed. All right, so several things here that I see. First off, bathtub, typically that would indicate water has to be involved, right? Water is our emotions. Being in that public space and with people seeing you naked and that embarrassment that kind of flushes. When we're naked, we're being our true self. We can't run from it. So these are authentic feelings. Adam being kidnapped, I feel like, is preying upon your own fears. Right? Him being taken away from you or him being outside of your control. There's nothing you can do about the situation he's in, the mindset that he may be in, who he may be dealing with, things like that. When you're kidnapped, we're taken away from our element, and ultimately there's no real sense of control. So I think this all plays upon, right, in your waking day. So more than likely you have insecurities in the relationship, right? You're not being completely true to yourself. You're not being able to speak your own truth. And that there may be some things that you aren't necessarily proud of in the relationship that you may have, either with that person or with someone who's in your life. I'm probably going to lean more towards the fact that it's towards that person specifically. Now, being naked in front of people is such a huge thing. A lot of people do get those dreams of, oh my goodness, like I walked out of the house, or there was this important thing coming up and here I am and everybody can see me. I feel exposed, right? Those dreams of exposure are really a lot of times that self-imposed embarrassment, inflicted thoughts, things like that, things of insecurities that you are having within yourself. You are afraid that other people are going to know your fears, may be able to manipulate those things that you have in your mind, and can cause you a sense of distress. So it's almost like this, wow, everybody can see every insecurity I've ever had in my life. All right. And then we're gearing this right towards we'll say Adam, right? You're afraid that he's going to see you in your most vulnerable state and then be gone, not be there to kind of see through that dream. So, what I would say with that is you may want to kind of like take time to pull yourself from maybe being so emotionally wrapped up in this one thing or even one person, because you may be pouring so much emotion in here that you are completely uneven in the way that your emotions may be, right? You have no control over the situation of where he goes, and that freaks you out and that frustrates you and that would upset you, right? Naturally so in the dream. But if you were more aware of yourself and had more certainty and things like that, I don't think that you would come across to the rest of the world as naked, as not in the skin that you want to be in, right? Not being reflected in the way that you want to be in. So those are some things that I would say you may want to pay attention to as well, where your ebb and flows and your relationships and things of that nature. But it definitely seems like there's some insecurities that I would say that are breeding deep, which is more than likely why you are having that dream. All right, I'll pass it over to Journey.
All right. So I have to agree with Kay on all of that, as a matter of fact. So you being in with Adam being kidnapped also is a form of your mind telling you that you are worried that other people are going to take him away from you. So this isn't just like, say, maybe another woman or something to that nature. To me, this is you saying this to friends, family, people just pulling him away from you and that upsetting you. The bath, it's definitely got water in it. That's, again, emotion. Okay, cover the emotion. But it's all bottled up around you because it's your bath. That doesn't mean that it's out there for everyone to be a part of. It's just for you. So these are just your own insecurities, your own emotions, things that you're feeling. And I do believe that, the kidnapping is definitely a connection to like maybe his Instagram and things like that, friends and people that you don't know, which feels like if they don't know about you, they're going to pull him in a different direction, and then you're going to feel some type of way. So when it comes down to that, you being out in public and everyone can see you naked, she's already showing you that you're bearing your truth, you're bearing your all. So your fears and insecurities are still playing a part in here. But being in a public place where everybody could see you and you feeling embarrassed was you allowing yourself to feel that vulnerability that you are putting on yourself. Notice that you were in that tub. It was just you, but people could see you from the outside, but all your emotions were bottled up around you. So it was like you being a little boat of your own emotions, except for it was a bathtub. And so by everybody else seeing you naked was you bearing your all, you showing your emotions that were surrounding you, but you being embarrassed gave you a sense of vulnerability. So you were feeling very vulnerable because these people taking Adam away from you would make you feel extremely vulnerable and then trapped within your own emotions, which being trapped in the bathtub with all the water. So you would be stuck in this dream. So fear is playing a huge part in this. And that's why the dream was so upsetting, because it touched home, it touched base. But what your mind is trying to tell you, your subconscious is trying to tell you, is to release those fears. And the reason that it allowed you to be naked and to be seen and so that you would not feel uncomfortable in your own emotions. But don't be so quick to judge other people and so quick to, jump to conclusions here, because your mind's trying to let you know that this is not what's going to happen. You are feeling vulnerable. The world knows that you're feeling vulnerable. And if that intention of feeling vulnerable all the time, it can remove people from your life. So, because they don't want to see you victimized all the time, and they don't want you to feel victimized. But if they feel like they're causing this, they're going to take a step back and possibly try to bring Adam with them. And that's a fear. So that's why these dreams parts collided the way that they did. I'm sure there was other parts to it that we didn't quite get a chance to talk on, because I feel like there are some important parts missing from the dream that could help, entertain the understanding a little bit better. But from the part that you've given us, that's what we're coming together with. What would you think on that?
I 1000%. I felt even when I first read the dream that wasn't it. I like there's she may not remember it all. That's not to say that you remember it and you're withholding anything. Just that there's other pieces and other elements that I think would make that more cohesive. What I kind of get is that there may be more to the kidnapping.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's actually pointing more toward, like, I feel like it's more direction. How you were like, it may be the social media and things like that, the people not knowing you. Like, I feel like there was something more into that kidnapping part.
Yes.
Than what maybe she remembers. Even the bathroom lighting. I don't know why. I feel like the bathroom lighting may have been different. Just there's certain things that I feel like that may be missing that really, and this is why we say there's no too small of detail. There really isn't.
Yeah.
Because the difference of duct tape, as little as that may make a difference.
And was this tub, was it in a bathroom or was it out in a park? Why is this? Why am I taking a bath in the middle of a park?
Yeah.
Where all these people are walking by to see me naked. It's kind of like what I was getting, and I kept seeing a fountain off to the side.
It didn't feel like it was in a regular room. Like that's why I was like, the lighting feels weird because it did not feel like a standard. Like, oh, she was in the bathroom and. Yeah,
it
no.
was like that white gray color, like if you would see in the sky when it was like hazy and cloudy outside, and then that's the type of lighting I was getting. So it wasn't like lighting from a light bulb. It was definitely outdoors light. And that's what I was picking up. So know it or not, between Kay and I, we both started receiving a lot of our gifts early in our lives when it came to dreams. My bigger messages would come to me through my dreams, but Kay's actually started in her dreams.
Yeah.
So we read these dreams, we psychically connect in that way as well, because we have the capability of doing so.
Yeah.
So
it's like a 2-for-1. No, there's 2 of us, so like a 4-for-1.
Exactly. It's a 4-for-1, guys. A 4-for-1. Who just says hi, Kay and Journey? Hey, what's going on? All right, so let's go ahead and dive into our next stream. Gemma, thank you so much for that. And if you have any other things you'd like to add to that dream, just let us know. Put them in the comments. But if not, save them for us for next week, because you know what? We're going to be back next week doing the same thing again. And I'd love to dive in, because even like we were talking about, if there was duct tape, if it was out in a public area, all these small details, were you standing up, were you sitting down, were you covered up, were you not covered up, were you afraid were you afraid to be seen? I got that you said you were embarrassed. There's a thing about being embarrassed and the thing where you start to cover up, where you're ashamed of being that way. Or were your hands to your side? Did you bear all? Like, what happens in that part of the dream? So the smallest details can make the whole dream come together 1000%. And it will hit home, and you'll be like, wow, I didn't even
oh my gosh, yeah.
Right. So that's the whole thing about dreams. Dreams are an interpretation of what the mind has created for you. And we do know that, Gemma, that these people do play a part on what's going on your mind. So don't let them have that much power over you. You can see it's taking control. All right, Gemma, thank you so much again for that. And we've got another dream, so let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to start this one off. We've got Pooja. Pooja says, hello, I'm getting these dreams that I'm getting married to other people, even though I am convinced that I will only marry in, no one else. So why are these dreams keep coming to me? Is it some negative energy trying to pursue me to marry someone else? So Pooja, you're going to be really shocked, but I'm going to start off right off the bat when it comes to this situation. It has a lot to do with your situation with the person in and how your guys' relationship has been, the on and off, the hot and cold, um, being in another relationship with somebody else has everything to do with the fact that you don't feel that the relationship has been solid between the two of you. And also has a play this whole is this a negative energy? Not necessarily a negative energy, but a fear of your own to feel that he's never going to come through for you and that you're going to have to go off and marry. So there's a lot of fear in here, but there's also some desire in here. So your desire is to marry in, but your fear is that someone else is going to have that opportunity and that you have to move on. Now, to play a part with N's energy, it jumped you straight to a psychic reading. It was just like, is he married to somebody else and isn't divorced or something? But I think that plays a big part onto what you are doing and how you're feeling. And are you telling yourself that you need to move on? I am going to say yes to that because I do believe you are telling yourself to move on because you're not being treated in the way that you would like N to treat you and to connect with you in a way that N was trying to treat you. So there is a yes to that, but there is a but. Knowing that and you telling yourself that is when we get upset with ourselves and we've had enough and we're fed up and we don't want to deal with things anymore. We tell ourselves something that maybe we don't want to do or maybe we don't want to deal with. So in this case, fine, I'll just go marry someone else. I don't have to spend this time with you. I'm pissed off. Dum, dum, dum. And you go stomp it off. In this case, you're telling yourself that. Are you trying to convince yourself of that? Or are you willing to take the time to find out where you guys stand? So I really do. She says, yes, he's married. I knew it. I felt it in the damn force. I felt it. She says, but I'm waiting on him wholeheartedly. And I understand that. But that waiting is becoming a huge weight on you. And so because of that weight, you're having dreams like maybe I should move on. So our subconscious tells us things that because of the things that we're thinking, because of the things that we're going through, that maybe we should just, not wait forever. I get where you're at with your heart, and your heart's saying, I'm going to wait on him wholeheartedly. But your mind is like, are we sticking around here, or should you just marry somebody else? So this is more of your emotions playing a huge battle with inside you. And even possibly giving you the understanding of what it could be like to be with somebody else. But what you felt in that dream was that you didn't like that feeling. So your heart started to play a part into it. And this to me is a bit of fear and desire at the same time. And it gave you what I call an anxiety dream. So it kind of freaked you out, but it also woke you up at the same point. Like, how long am I going to wait? So basically, you are talking yourself out of the situation, but you're not ready to hear it. So it's why you remember the dream, because it wasn't something you were willing to accept at that time. So that's not saying that I'm saying that you're never going to get your opportunity or any of that. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm just letting you know that your mind is starting to tell you because you're starting to feel a type of way about the situation. I'm not going to hog the spotlight for the whole damn time. And I'm pretty sure Kay is biting at the bit over there like, shut up and let me say something. So here's Kay.
For once, I wasn't biting at the bits because we had some differences, but so much similar, okay? So, first of all, I want to agree with 100% absolutely everything that Journey said. Okay? I agree with it all. Now, here's my like key points. Desire, desire, desire. Okay? I probably read it like 15 times down. There is so much desire in this dream that it is unreal. You have a desire for this person. You have a desire for the relationship to give you a sense of fulfillment. That is where these other people come into. That's where you're getting with all these different people and it's not who you want it to be, because each one of these different people symbolize something different. I bet if we took time to really dive in and dissect each person that you took and you got with or got walked down the aisle with or whatever you chose to do with, right? I guarantee you there would be different traits and qualities that you were hoping or that you already envision in your head with this specific person. There was a sense of like, this is what it is. I know wholeheartedly this is who I'm waiting on. This is the person I'm supposed to be with, everything, right? You have such like indignation right now, like where it's like, this is what it is, that your mind can't fathom the idea of anything else. This is where Journey was saying the fear comes to play. Your fear is manipulating a lot of your thoughts, even in your waking day. I would bet my bottom dollar this wasn't the first dream that you've had in regards to this person. And I can bet my bottom dollar it's not going to be the last dream you have about this person, nor will it be about other people being in the mix. And why is that? Because you are seeking a sense of fulfillment in regards to this relationship, in regards to a relationship. There's a sense of you that is feeling very unstable, and you feel by this relationship, it'll ground you in some sort of way. And that's okay. You can have all these wants and expectations, but the thing is you are so as certain as you are, you're uncertain. Because here's the thing, none of us can possibly love without having the idea that we can possibly be hurt by that person. Because to love someone is to almost give ourselves up, right? To say, I'm giving myself to you. You mold me how you need me to be, right? Because I love you. You're afraid of that because right now, if you gave your whole heart to this person, you know that they wouldn't be able to give you everything that you're seeking. This is again where these other people circle back around into this dream. There are all these different facets that you're seeing, and you're like, okay, well, I know this is what I want. It's the same thing as we ask spirit to show us the way, right? And then we want to go this way, and spirit's like, come here, come here, come on, come over here, and we keep wanting to go this way because we don't like the message. Maybe right now it's not meant for something with this relationship, or maybe right now there's work that's needed to be on this relationship, but nonetheless, you have an insecurity and it's more than likely for a reason, right? So I would say this is definitely a dream that is playing upon your present day. It's definitely a dream that's filled with desire and fear. Now, with that, both of those, you can have healthy bouts of them. But I would say if there's something that you want in this relationship, it may be time to go after it. Who just says yes, being with someone else feels like draining my energy and not feeling right to me. And I have made a peace with myself that even if he is with someone else. Okay? I think that it's just a time for you to kind of step back, honey. And this is just on the side. Maybe it's time to step back and really evaluate what it is that would make you happy. Not even necessarily a person. Let's not slap a name on it, right? Your dream is indicating that there's other things you need for fulfillment. So what is it that you need to feel fulfilled? And then can we slap that on a person? Okay. All right, my love. I hope that helps. That was a heck of a dream.
It was, and it was desire, fear, and emotion all in
Yeah.
one. It was a bottle of knowing that he was with somebody else, and then herself telling herself that maybe you should move on, and not really ready to accept that. And then that's that fear of I'm never going to have him the way I want him, and so it plays a big role.
Huge role.
She says, yeah, that's right, Kay. She says, thank you both. You are so welcome, Pooja. Just know that our fears do affect how we sleep. They do affect, what is going on in our dreams, because we have to process those fears too. They're a thought pattern, they're a thought process, and we have to find a way to get through those processes So that's how we get through them. We have these dreams to make us understand what's going on. And the dreams that we remember are the dreams that we did not understand. So the ones that, because there's people out there, oh, I don't dream. That's because you're understanding everything that your mind is trying to tell you, accepting it for what it is. And I know 2 signs that when they dream, they understand quite a bit. Capricorn is one of them. Capricorn is one of them, and Libra is the other.
I didn't listen. I didn't know that it was Libra, but I knew it was Libra because I'm Capricorn, Scorpio, Libra, and Libra is my rising. Your Libra, your rising is your traits, right? So I'm like, I know it's Libra. I know it's Capricorn and Libra.
All I wanted was confetti when you were like.
People like, is she having a fit? She's fine. She's totally
She's
okay.
fine, guys. Don't worry. She'll be all right.
Journey gets this response out of me all the time. He's so used to it. He teases for it.
It's so funny how we constantly, it's twins all the time. We call each other twinsies. We will get online and be like, hey girl, how's your day? And like the call will come through and we're both wearing red shirts. Or we're both having the same type of day. Or we're both getting a call for work at the same time. It's never ending flow. We're going to say the same thing at the same time. Or we do say it at the same time. An amazing connection to have with people. It's love it. Absolutely. Pooja, thank you so much for that dream.
Thank you.
I know that dreams they make us vulnerable. You're telling a part of yourself to us. So dreams make you vulnerable. And sometimes people don't like to share their dreams because they're embarrassed by them. But remember, when it comes to dreams, there's symbolism and it's not exactly what you think it is. So take your time with it. But we do have more dreams on the rise here. So let's go ahead and dive into our next dream. Kay's going to start us off with this one.
All right. We have Unique. Unique says, what does it mean to dream a bat bit you, but you unalive the bat and then unalived an enemy? All right. She says bat. It's like a bat bit me and then I ripped it in half, unaliving it, and turned around and I unalived the enemy. Okay. This dream strikes me so much. Okay. First off, much as Journey has talked about, I've talked about dreams are my beginning. Birds follow my dreams a lot of times, and they typically have a lot of indications. Bat, that is what stuck out to me, the fact that it was a bat. Now, bats can oftentimes, well, more than likely, more times than not, they are considered a bad omen. Now, there's several things about this dream that strike me, though, because where I would think, oh, that may not be so good. There's things here where you're taking control, right? You actually tear it apart. You actually go on and you're able to survive the bite. And when we're bitten by something, that's a vulnerability. That's showing a vulnerability that we may have. So there may be something that comes, and it may already be. I don't know when you had this dream, if it's present, if it's past, etc. But there's probably something that was circling around that was not good. Okay. And it did hurt you. It did make you feel defenseless and down for a moment, but you were more than likely able to overcome this. And this can indicate also a huge change in your life as well, right? Because the thing is that you were able to go back, right? Get rid of the thing that hurt you, but also get rid of the thing that was a present and an oncoming danger, or something that was coming to cause you harm, because you said it was an enemy. And again, our words are so very specific when we're doing these dreams. This is why we say these specific things that you say, because you could have said, well, I got rid of somebody else. No, you said it was an enemy. So you knew that there was another present harm that was coming your way, but you were aware of it. Right. So this tells me that there is something that you're going to be able to stop, or you were able to stop when you had that dream. Okay. But the thing is that no matter what, you are still going to feel some sort of effect that comes from this situation. And I'll be honest, I would love to say all dreams are rainbows and puffballs, but they're not. It typically means that there's something negative that may be coming in, and it may be something that is heavy. Again, when we think of a bite, we're even thinking about how this may have transformed us in our life, how it may have made our view shift. when we do think about being bitten by things, right? Normally there's some sort of infection, but we notice here, you did not mention any kind of infection that may have happened or anything else that may have caused your brain to go in any kind of ways. We're not saying anything else that happened. So again, there's a huge sense of control that you may have had in this. Also, the thing I'm curious about, and maybe you may be able to put this in the comments for when Journey gets on, because I'm sure he would love to be able to dive into it. Where were you at when this happened? Okay. How many bats were around? That's another big thing. How did you get rid of the enemy? These small things that you're having can help clarify. So if you do have these details, I would most certainly ask that you put those down because I know Journey will be able to dive more into those things. But a huge thing of this, all I want to say is the confidence that you would have to be able to overcome the obstacles that come your way. And also the fact that there's a sense of you by being bitten is always going to have this sense of exposure too. So what are you afraid of, or what is it that may be holding on to you, or that may be changing you, or may have changed you for the long run, something that's affected you and is going to continue to affect you down the line? Because even the act of doing something as huge as what you were doing, those are things that would have long-term effects on you. So I would say all of these things are things to think about, and all of these things are huge, huge pieces in this dream. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Journey.
All right. Oh, and Kay, you've got lovely light guidance saying hello.
Hello.
All right. So when it comes down to the bat coming in, this was not something that you were seeing coming your way when the bat bit you, just like Kay was talking about, when she was talking about you think infection, but bleeding out. What loss were you taking in that time? So at some point when you were having this dream, it's somewhere going on in your day, your waking life, you were feeling some type of loss, like you were losing something, but it wasn't something that you wanted to lose, and you didn't want to you weren't expecting it. So it was a loss that was unexpected. So the loss of blood, and it's something that would affect you personally. It wouldn't affect everybody else, but for you, it felt targeted by doing that. Now, I know you didn't mention it, but I have to believe from what I was getting from the dream is that you were in a place that you did not recognize. So you were not in your normal surroundings, because even after the fact that you got bit by this bat, you said an enemy. Did you know this enemy? Was this enemy someone that was close to you and you don't want to mention them? Because in your mind, you still don't want to believe it? Is it something that the person said to you that made you believe that they were an enemy? That made you feel a loss because of the words in which they used, or in the things that that person had done to you? So I would love to know just a little bit more about that, Unique, because that would definitely help fill in some of those blanks that we've got going on there. But I definitely feel like that energy that you've got going on in your life is that you went through a specific thing that you did not see coming at you. And when it got you, it bit you. It transformed you in a way that you felt lost. You were bleeding from this bite. You were in a place you didn't recognize, and there was someone before you known as an enemy. But if you didn't know who the person was that the enemy, who they were as an enemy, you are allowing yourself to feel a vulnerability from somebody else that made you feel something. So this is going deep into the heart. So I feel as though that the enemy in which you destroyed was someone threw something at you you were not expecting. When you felt it, you wanted to kick their ass, but you didn't have that opportunity to do so. But in your own self-conscious mind, you did. So you found a way to release the anger, which is good, which is good. But at the same time, you need to recognize what that situation was, what was that trauma, and how you were going to get through that because it's still going to resonate with you until you actually have the conversation to get it out in your waking life. So even though you had the dream, you remembered it, but you didn't accept it. So that means it's still lying within you, and you may have a dream similar to it again. Might be a little bit different because this time you'll be expecting that bat. So you're going to expect it the next time. But we do have reoccurring dreams when our mind is trying to tell us, hey, you haven't come to terms with this yet. So I've had reoccurring dreams.
Oh, I do all the time.
Have you had the dreams where you can wake up from the dream like, what the hell was that? And then the minute you lay back down to go to sleep, you're right back in it.
Yep.
Right back in it.
That
right
thing will play out like a movie. Like I paused it.
Yes.
Right where I left off.
I was like, I was just running from you, son of a bitch.
Like I thought I got away when I woke up.
Exactly. I thought I was done. Nope. I needed to learn what I needed to. But the thing about those types of dreams is that I will wake up from it the next day going, wow, that was a crazy dream. And then I kind of remembered why and how and what was going on. And then I accept what the dream was about and I move on. So the dream's no longer anymore.
He was like, yeah, goodbye.
Tarot says you go back into it like you hit a pause. Laugh out loud. Exactly. Just like I have to get up and pee. Pause the movie.
Well, we'll be back. I'll be right back after this.
I'll be right back for you to bash me with that hammer that you're about to hit me with.
I don't want to do it.
Exactly. I don't want to be here. I left for a reason, some bitch. All right. So yeah, we can dive right back into dreams, and some of these dreams like that, the blood loss, I'm pretty sure because she didn't mention it in the situation, is that hurt her. She lost something from it. But that transformation, as you were talking about with that bite, that vulnerability,
opens up. There's the thing that I can say that I noticed and it's so very specific to bat dreams. I don't know what it is. The thing with bat dreams is there's always another dream with it. Like I've never noticed a bat dream to be standalone because it's, I mean, I guess you could call it the equivalent of a vampire bite, right? Like it sticks with you. There's something that it's latched onto that even attracted you, because the bat doesn't just bite anything. For the record.
Absolutely.
Bats aren't just like, yeah, this looks bomb. Let me go bite this.
Exactly. And also, what does a bat mean to you? Because that plays exactly. When you think bat, what do you think? Most people, like you said, most people are going to go vampire.
Yeah.
I mean, we can thank the movies for that, but that has become their new translation of what a bat is. And what happens to somebody who gets bitten by a vampire? They go through this they go through this trauma. They morph into a different being.
Mm-hmm.
And we do that when we go through our emotions. Just like, let's say you're having a good day, woo, somebody pisses you off. You morph from that. Hey, how's it going, guys? So I will cut you. Like, literally.
So spicy to ghost pepper.
Exactly. You go from spicy to ghost pepper in a second. I know I can be good for that. I can be like, hey guys, what's up?
I've seen you go from mild to spicy to cayenne to ghost pepper in 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It happens. It does happen. It's rare, but it does.
It's rare.
And I was as red as my curtain. Red as the curtain. Red as that damn curtain behind me. All right. We got some more dreams to get to. Let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to start this one off. Let's see who we got. We've got Tarot. Says, I had a dream last night about a Goliath bird eater. It was so specific after I flung it off of my arm. Oh, it's a tarantula. Ugh. Sorry, maybe skin crawl. I'm not good with tarantulas. Off my arm in the dream. I just remember looking at it on the ground, and I told myself the name of the spider right before I woke up. Ooh. Damn spiders, man. Okay, so spiders can necessarily, you didn't mention if the spider had bit you, you just seen it on you. The best way to put this, and this is going to be funny because I'm going to use the spider web deal, the webs that we weave. She said it didn't bite me. It was super weird. Okay, so the thing is that this is trying to show you about, from what I got from it, and you were able to sling it off and it just kind of stood there, and this will come as a shock as a person. So I'm going to say this web that we weave, there is a new person or a new person that has already come into your life, and you are wanting to trust, but you slinging it off of you shows that you cannot trust the person. And be careful of the web that they weave because you can be drawn into it. So she said, it has a good hold on my arm. The grip was strong, laugh out loud. Okay, so it's latched itself onto you. So what I'm going to ask you, who is the new person who has latched onto your life? A new person that maybe you're getting really close with, or you're getting a sense of trust with, or you're believing that you can trust them, because you slinging it off is that get the hell off me, because of the webs that they weave are dangerous to you. And if you are not careful, you will not be their friend or their mate, but their lunch. So they will use you until they cannot use you anymore. And I want you to be extremely aware of this, but keep it to yourself, because you can keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Do not trust this person who is latched on pretty tightly with you, and it's almost like they're providing empty promises, and and then, oh, I know this person, I can do that, and they're just going to tell you, and they're going to be spitting webs everywhere, and as much as you want to believe them because they've given you no reason not to trust them. That's why you allowed them on you in the first place. But once you realize, and in the dream, once you realized what it was and what type of spider, tarantula, bird eater, big motherfucker, it was, you knew for yourself that this was not good. Now, by looking at the back screen right now, Kay is dancing, so I know she's got some more information for you. So let's dive in and see what Kay's got to say.
We're so right that I was like, say that! Say that too! He hit out the park. Like when I say, oh my gosh, like I had this, like he said it! Okay, no, false friends, 100%. She said, ha, you give me goosebumps in the dream. I didn't realize what it was at first. Yeah, this is literally, it's false friends, okay? It's deception, it's lies, it's someone who's manipulating you. You didn't even realize how close you were to danger, okay? You had no idea until you flung that thing off. You're like, oh my gosh, look at what I escaped. Said Journey's so good at that. He is. Get props for it, dude. Okay, now let's go a little bit deeper. Okay, now what not a lot of people realize, tarantula specifically are more of the divine feminine. So this tells me that this is a female who's in your life who can mirror your mother.
He could be really gay and be super feminine, just so you know. Like super gay.
I was saying this person yet, but he's right. He's right. But this person can mirror a lot of traits here that your mother may have had, okay? So she said this was a female spider. I do know that, okay? Now, I would say here, what are some of the maybe not the best traits that maybe, like, say you may have seen mirrored in front of you? Imagine, just think about this. Imagine how light the touch of a spider is when it crawls up on you. Most people don't realize that it's there until it's too late, right? You know, you normally are pointed out that there's a spider, or you feel a little tickle on your cheek. You don't necessarily realize that they're there. So that tells you just how close. This is, again, your friends close, your enemies closer. This person's right up on you. And I feel like, depending on when you had this dream, that may tell you how close to present that danger may have been. The other thing I want to say is you need to look out for your ideas, your creativity, because that's another thing that comes with spiders. That web, if you think about a web that a spider does, every single one is different and unique. Every single one. What is it that you may have, or that knowledge you may have, that someone could be seeping from you, taking away from you, manipulating you for, stealing some of your stuff, using their stuff for your stuff for theirs? It almost feels very like pawn behavior. I think I made that up, Journey. But this just goes ahead again, and it tells me the Terralina Illuminae says it happens all the time. Yeah, this tells me the vulnerability that you may have. You may be being too empathetic to the wrong people. Honey, I want to tell you to be very cautious of the company that you are keeping, because I'm going to say this: a spider has more than two legs. Okay. Okay. So you may want to watch out, because it's more than one. There's more than one enemy that's here. So I would say just be very mindful of the things that you have going on around you. Also, be very cautious of the ideas that you may be sharing. And also be careful with who you are calling friend, family, etc. There's so many things that I think that are being mirrored back, and also some things that you may be tangled up in that maybe you need to be more awakened to. And once those things come to light, I'm pretty sure that you won't have that dream again. All right, I hope that helps.
The thing about the spider, and it didn't bite her, she didn't get the opportunity, but to recognize if the spider bit her, because those types of spiders produce a certain toxin that they've already bitten you, and you had no clue that they've already bitten you. So that's another thing to look out for, is have they already got their hands on something that may, like you said, may have been her idea, her creative process, and they're going to try to, manipulate it in their own way to make it look like their idea. And that's not fair to her. She says, yeah, this crazy how much this all makes sense. But the other thing too, with the type of spider it was giving an indication of the type of hair, like a sandy blonde hair color, picking up when it came to the dream. So more on the lighter side, but still has like the, that sandy blonde color. So they're not 100% blondes, but they are true to that. It was deep brown, but that's not the
physical hairs. Yeah, those are different.
Those are different, but the energy that came with it may be the person who is around you. That is this the one drawing you in to the nest? How far away are you from that nest? She says, that's me. Well, what I'm telling you is that you said, you said something about so similar to herself or her mother.
Yes.
And she says, yes, I get it. But the thing is that, so they feel like family. They feel like a deep friend. It feels like a person that you've known your entire life. But just be cautious. And right now would be a time to maybe shut down the cycle. She goes, I know exactly what this is. Bingo, Journey. Perfect. That means you just got the understanding. That's what these dream interpretations is about right there, is knowing exactly what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't feel like one. It felt like multiple, like you said. When you said multiple, I was getting that she was being drawn. If she would have left that spider on her, it would have drew her to the nest where there were multiple.
More.
She was going to feed Brooke to her, what I would consider her babies, her friends, or whatever, and she would have just been devoured until she was nothing. There was nothing left to give, and when there was nothing left to give, what do they do with the hide? They discard it.
Yep.
And you would have left as an empty husk and drained of all your ideas.
So that means you still have time to change that.
Hell yeah, you do.
In fact, you probably already have awareness. You just may not be wanting to do anything about it or not trusting your intuition.
She says, thank you guys so much. Goosebumps. Absolutely. So I would pull back my ideas. I would be like, well, that's all the ideas I got. Whatever they've already got, that's all they get. And just elaborate on those ideas with, the basics. I wouldn't go deep into how to do it. Like, oh, I don't know how to do it. It's just a good idea. Leave it at that. If you've got the knowledge to do so, do not provide them. Don't give them what they need. Because you were going to be a meal for a long time. They were going to take just a little bit each day until you had nothing left to give. Mm-hmm. And then when you think that you've provided to join this family, what you come to realize is that they've just drained you of everything. And now all of a sudden, everybody's acting a little different. Because there's nothing else to drain from you. They got it all. They're like, now we got it. Now it's ours. This is our idea. I don't know what the hell you were talking about. So you would have never got the credit for where credit was due. But since you had the idea to realize to smack that son of a bitch off you, and it still stood there because it was in shock. It was in shock that you did not.
Like, oh, you see me?
Oh, sorry, my bad. My bad. Let me calm you down. You okay? You okay? She put exactly. Love you guys. Back at you, girl. Our dreams try to tell us some things sometimes, and you wouldn't get that from just thinking, why there's a spider. What the hell? There's a spider on me, And I'm pretty sure you smacked it a hell of a lot harder than I was just, doing that. But a lot of people, those webs that they weave, I mean, they are unique for sure. Every single one. It's like a fingerprint. Every single one is unique. And I was like, ooh, spiders. I saw tarantula and my brain was like, no. You bet, laugh out loud. Oh, I saw that big old thing. Hell yeah, I'd see it too. And it would or a baseball bat. The one that size, you would need a baseball bat. No. So from the sounds of it, even though that spider was big, they're not the leader, they're the worker. So you were being drawn to the leader. The leader's still distant, but the worker's latched on and is trying to pull you in. Be aware. Give that leader very little. Whatever's been put out there, that's all they get. And be like, oh, I don't know how to do that part. I just thought it was a good idea, You were so damn good, you would figure it out. I mean, if I came up with the idea, you should have the issue fixed. Come on. If I'm the idea guy, you got to be the tech guy. You know what I mean? Ideas, tech. That's your department, stupid. I can't help you there. She put, interesting, and laugh out loud. But yeah, I mean, I see it all the time with people who they're trusting and they want to believe that you're going to be who you say you are, and then come to find out they're just the snake in the grass that's or the spider on your arm that's trying to lure you to something that's not really. It seems good at the time because you feel welcomed and they give you all this extra attention. And that's because honey, you're in their oven. They're cooking you right up. And you're like, we're going to eat this one whole. We're going to be eating good for months. And then once they're like, oh, this is skinny and rotten. We don't need it no more.
Yep, discard.
Discard. And then all of a sudden you're out in the dark. And you're like, you have no energy. You feel like you just feel empty and you feel betrayed. And the new web is weaved and they don't know who you are. And she put, y'all are awesome. Thank you both so much. You are so welcome. Protect your gift and protect yourself.
For sure.
Don't let them nasty little bastards get up in there and try to steal your ideas. They don't know what the hell they're doing. She says, makes perfect sense. All right. Well, Tara Illuminate, thank you so much for your beautiful dream, even though it was scary at the same time for you. She says, well, at the same time, you got an understanding of what that was and what it means to you and how that pertains to your life. And that's what makes it beautiful. It's like even our most scariest dreams, if we can get an understanding as to why it's happening, that's the beautiful part. That's the part that makes sense. And then we can finally let go of that dream. Because as we talked about, we can have these dreams reoccur. They could be a little bit different because new things have been added to the situation, but you still haven't gotten the answer in which you were seeking in the first place.
Right.
Yeah. Got to take care of number one first. Got to take care of number one first, or Kay will yell at you.
I like to yell at people. It's fun.
Journey will too. Journey will too. I've yelled at my.
Why are you doing this? Stop it!
I'm like, are you out of your mind? What the hell? Did you just see what you did?
No.
Let's rewind. Let me explain this to you. She said, see, this isn't the first time I had this dream. It was less specific for, but it's pretty much the same.
The message is getting stronger.
It's getting stronger because you continue to keep reliving. And so each time it becomes more detailed, a little bit more frightening, a little more maybe confusing for you. But now knowing that what that meant for you is definitely going to help clear it up, and you'll be able to see it before it happens. May take you a couple more times, I'm just saying. But I mean, because I can't say that you can't go out into the world and not trust everybody, but
I don't.
You can't trust everybody, but there are some you can trust. They're rare diamonds, and keep them around you when you can trust them. But that's the one that you can't trust. Bye.
I am the problem. I don't trust anyone. Like, ew, no.
Don't worry, guys. I'll just sit around long enough to find out what she's thinking about. Is that connection strong? All right, guys. This has been beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, as always, it's another dream show gone. There we go.
Way too quick.
I know it flew by. It flies by, and I love diving deep into these dreams. And thank you guys for providing these dreams for us to dive into. We appreciate you so much. And Tara Illuminate says, second that, Kay. Laugh out loud, Capricorn moon here. We're on the same page. All right, guys. Well, have a great night. We will see everybody tomorrow with Cassidy the Card Slinger. So, guys, make sure you tune in for that at 10 p.m. Eastern. Get those questions ready because she's going to be ready to sling them cards for you. From everyone here at My Psychic Connection, we say goodnight, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.